Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Amplifier, and in this particular video I am going to discuss another interesting concept related to SQOOP import from RDBMS, which is our Oracle RDS in this discussion, to our HDFS or Hadoop distributed file system. Okay, so for example we are considering this particular table. See, let's start from sfmigr.set. It is a very small table we have taken for understanding purpose how the data flows. Okay, so COD and name, these are the two columns. We have seen several parameters like filtering based on column level, filtering based on row level using where clause, all these things, right? Options files we have discussed. Now in this particular video I am going to discuss how we can import the data from RDBMS to HDFS using free form query imports. Okay, what is free form query? That is nothing but we will write the complete query how we write in RDBMS system, and whatever result set we are getting, that we will basically try to import in our HDFS. Okay, so for example, if you see this particular where clause, let me just copy here, paste it here. So what we are doing here basically, SQOOP and then option files we are taking where we have kept our import statement, credentials, okay, like user ID, password and the JDBC URL. Then this table we want to import, and we only want to import where the COD equal to 2. Okay, so this is row based filtering. Let me put one more thing, column based filtering using columns parameter as I have discussed. So suppose we want to import in between these two columns, only our requirement is this name column. Okay, so what we'll do, we will keep columns as name. As you know that we need to specify if we want to do filtering based on column level, we need to just specify columns, and then with comma separated values we need to specify the column. So as there only one column we are trying to take, so I am specifying only one column. Okay, so this is column level filtering, this is row level filtering, and this is the target dir where our data will be getting stored, and split by one number of mappers 1 we are using because there is no primary key column, and then delete target directory. Okay, so target directory basically if it exists we want to delete and then load. Now let me open Putty first and show you how this import will work. So I'll go to Putty. I'll be taking my public DNS for my EMR system, and then here I will simply paste it here. I will go to SSH, I will go to authentication, I will browse, and I will take the particular PPK file which is required for our discussion. Okay, and then I will log in the system with Hadoop. Okay, and once we enter, as we are trying to use the RDBMS which is Oracle, so OJDBC 6 jar is required, which we already kept in our first video discussion itself in a particular place of EMR. So we just need to export this particular path. So I will just paste it here and hit enter. Now we are ready to run any SQOOP query. Okay, so like for example, let me run this particular query. So it will import the sfmigr.set only the name column, and if this COD equal to 2, only those records will be imported. So I will simply copy this and then paste it here. Okay, and then hit enter. So you will see that as this table is very small, it will be ending the SQOOP import very quickly. You will see that running the job started. Soon map reduce will also start. See, map 0% reduce 0%, and it will finish also. So it retrieved 2 records. It is obvious, right? Because if you see our table, only COD having value 2 only for these 2 rows. So that's why 2 records will be imported. But we want only name column, so only Satadru and Ranjit. These 2 values should be there in the destination directory. So let us go there. So what I will do, I will just simply copy this particular location, and then I will go here HDFS DFS-ls, and then here I will paste the location. Okay, and then hit enter. So I will be getting 2 files. One is success file, another one is our file where data is stored. I will just read this particular data, and then here instead of HDFS DFS-ls, I will do HDFS DFS cat command. Okay, and then here I will paste the here some gap came due to improper pasting of the directory. Now let me run, and you will see Satadru and Ranjit, clearly coming. But we can improve this particular query and write in a better way, because if you see that where condition we are applying, columns we are taking from this particular table. Okay, so this particular whole setup is nothing but equivalent to kind of this select. So specific columns, if we want to do, instead of select star, we can specify the column, and then from, and then here sfmigr.setter we can use. Okay, where COD equal to 2. That's it. Okay. So this is basically the query which is executed in the RDBMS, and then the result set it is importing, right? So we can, instead of passing the table name, columns, whatever we want to take, then where clause for row level filtering, what we can do, we can simply pass this complete query also. Let me show you that how we can do. So I will just copy this particular same code, and then here I will paste it, and instead of table name, column, square clause, I will remove all of this, and just I will use query. You remember, right, that query we used while doing evaluating some particular query in our RDBMS and getting the result set in the console. In that first video discussion when I discussed eval functionality of SQOOP, that same query we can use to import the data also. All we need, just copy this particular piece of code, and then here inside single quotation paste it. Okay, so this is the query. Now generally this is the syntax what we also think, but one more parameter we need to always add. So here one where condition we are giving, always there will be one where condition always added in the query parameter if you are using SQOOP, that is $conditions. Okay, so why this is required? The reason is, like SQOOP, as you know, that it is mainly created, this particular project is created for big data computation. Now when a huge amount of data will load from RDBMS to HDFS system, then this particular query, whatever result it will give, that result will be divided into multiple parts, and each map or each mapper will execute small part of that particular task or result set, and they will try to import. So how the result set of this particular query will be divided into different mappers, that is for that something is required, that will be handled by these conditions. So for each mappers, unique conditions will be provided in this particular part that SQOOP will internally do. We no need to think about that, but we need to specify $conditions. Okay, so SQOOP will give unique condition, and each mapper will take one particular chunk of the result set and will try to import. So always give this conditions part. Okay, suppose you don't have any other condition, then also you have to specify like this, that where $conditions. Okay, and as we have here COD equal to 1 condition, so I am giving AND, so that both conditions will be satisfying. Okay, right, and I hope this sounds good. A query parameter we have mentioned, just all we need to give here one slash, that's it. Okay, now what we'll do, we will make the destination directly somewhere different. Okay, so instead of table, instead of columns, instead of where clause, all these are replaced by one single code. Okay, now I will basically execute this particular code here, hit enter, and I will show you that same result, whatever we are getting using that many parameters, here also we will be getting same. Okay, you will see that job run started, map reduce started, and soon map reduce will be finished, and see retrieve 2 records. Okay, so let us go to that particular location and see. So this is our target directory. I will copy this, and then here HDFS -ls. So ls we are using to see the data, so that whatever files present, we will get 2 files. One is success file and one is our part file. So I will do HDFS -cat, and cat we will basically provide this particular location. Okay, and then if you hit enter, see Satadru and run the same record, whatever we are getting using table name, query, that is where clause and columns, same we can reduce that to only one single line using query. Okay, some important points you can remember, like for example, suppose COD is a string column or varchar column. Okay, that is when you apply where clause, that time you need to give the condition like this way, right? If that is a string column or varchar type column, that time if you see here one single quote coming and here another single quote inside single quote coming. So that time what you need to do, you need to replace this external single quote with double quote, right? This is obvious from fundamental concept of programming. I am not discussing any rocket science. But the trick is, if you are using double quote, make sure your condition, in your condition you are giving one slash like this way. Okay, this is must, otherwise it will throw wrong value. Okay, so if you see the documentation, it is clearly mentioned that if you are issuing the query wrapped with double quote, you will have to use slash dollar conditions instead of just dollar conditions to disallow your cell from treating it as a cell variable. Okay, so this you need to keep in your mind. And one more thing, if you are using this query parameter like this way, don't specify warehouse dir for destination. You have to specify target dir only. It is also clearly mentioned in the documentation. If you see, when importing a free form query, you must specify the destination directory target dir. Okay, not warehouse dir. If you are using warehouse dir, you will be simply getting error. Let me show you that too. So just I will replace this with warehouse dir, and we no need to go till end. What it will do, warehouse dir, after user and data, it will create the same destination with this particular table name. That is what is expected, right? So if I just run this particular piece of code, you will see that it will throw error. Okay, see, it is clearly specifying must specify destination with target dir. So these 2 points you remember. If you are enclosing your query with double quote, then instead of dollar conditions, you have to use this kind of slash and then dollar conditions. And if you are using this query, then always you have to go with target dir, not warehouse dir. But the advantage is hyphen tables, hyphen columns, hyphen where, all these arguments we are basically compressing to a single argument, which is hyphen query, and we can write free form query, whatever we are doing in RDBMS, that much query only we can write here, and we can import the result set. So this is the beauty, and this is nothing new, because in eval functionality of SQOOP we already encountered this query, same argument we are using here to import the data from RDBMS to HDFS. So I hope you have understood this. So all for this video. Thank you.